It's me, your neighborhood friendly thumb. This was unexpected. So I obviously do a lot of voting related activities or political related activities. And put that down here. And I have like I guess not really affiliation signs, but signs for candidates that I believe in my front yard. And so after we had the runoff, Tuesday, it is Thursday now, I said, let me take the sign out and then put it back in November for when we have the actual election, so that the sign doesn't get like broken up until October or whatever, because it's like kind of, I don't know, it's like a flimsy kind of sign. But I'm there and I took the sign out and I'm putting it in the garage and then coming back into the car because I have to go to the bank, which is where I am going now. A neighbor stops me and I'm like, oh, okay, like she was asking who won the election, and I was like, oh, okay, so it was the runoff, blah, 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 blah. I gave her the whole spiel, and I was like, you know, the candidate that I had out here did win, whatever. And then we just started talking candidates. We started talking about how we got to meet them and all these things, and she's just surprised to see someone my age be in the know politically in that sense, I guess. And we were just talking life, and it was a really beautiful talk because it's like, okay, we're being brought together, we're neighbors, so that's awesome to know your, like I say, you know your community, know who's know who you're impacting, know like whatever, you know. So having that sign there put that in her mind that, oh, let me, you know, whatever, let me make sure that I vote or whatever. And so it's like it's doing its purpose, you know, with community and all of those things. And then bonding within your community is one of the most beautiful things that you can do. And we're talking about how things are going now and how sad they are and how people are getting hurt. And I told her how, you know, yesterday I went to Santa Fe and then like a little bit about that. And then I told her how when I was at Dollar Tree, I recorded a little bit of it because it was just trying not to, I didn't know really what was happening, and my grandmother was trying to like be nosy in it, and I was scared that she was gonna get hurt, so I kind of was trying to like get her away from the situation and all this stuff. But some things went down at Dollar Tree regarding a Muslim woman, employee of Dollar Tree. The manager handled it. She handled it very well, and she made the woman feel heard, which is good. But you know, she was very upset and they were screaming and yelling and stuff. But I kind of told her about that, and she's just talking about how, you know, it's crazy and how, you know, being African American, you know, it's like we're in this. I'll explain after I'm done with the bank. Hold on. So I am talking to the lady, and she tells me about how, you know, people have this misconception that, and by people we mean probably several generation American Caucasian, or people who are ignorant, we'll just say that. And I'm not saying like a white people thing. Obviously the color of my skin is white, I get that. And I don't like generalizations. I don't like when people say white people. It's become a joke to me in a sense, but before I found it offensive anytime when people would generalize any group, whether it's white, black, brown, red, yellow, green, purple, whatever. I just always didn't care for any generalizations about people. Oh, that was a tangent. She's talking about how people think that there's like something else, like, yeah, like people think there's like a chip on your shoulder or whatever. She's like, you know, it's just kind of like I don't want my kids to go through things that I had to go through. I don't want to go through the things that my dad had to go through. And it's like, you know, my grandfather was brought here from Africa, and like, you know, he was a slave, and my dad had to watch his dad be hung, and he was 7 years old. And you know, and she's just saying it very calm and matter of fact. It is a lot. I mean, and you know, talking about certain things. I don't really know what I want to say with this. It was just very interesting to just talk about it and talk about the importance of voting and importance of knowing your neighbors and your community, and something with somebody who is not not in I don't know, she's a different age. I mean, she's an older woman. She's been in the United States longer. She comes from slavery. That's how they got here. And at the same time, she's very proud to be an American. And I told her, I was like, my family's, like I always say, I'm so proud to be here. We came here for safety and opportunity, not to take anybody's land or jobs. Opportunity means opportunity. It means we left a communist dictator where everybody's in the military at 15, and we came here to be safe and to have an understanding from different backgrounds and different stories. It was just nice to get to know someone, and it was all because I was like, I never usually used to do this stuff, but I'm like, let's put a sign out there. Let's do it. The only time that we were gonna put a sign out there was for Bernie, and he didn't win the nomination, obviously, and I was scared to put a Hillary sign out. My mom, as we lived together, wasn't 100% on the boat of, I guess, identifying or marketing herself as a Democrat. So that was very hard for her. So we decided against it. We live in the South, and my neighborhood is a blessing because it's very diverse. I would say majority is non-white. But I mean, there's a sprinkle, and we just outside of this area of where like my exact neighborhood is very redneck, and you go to the neighborhood next to mine, and during the election it was almost every single house in a 2,000 house community having Trump everywhere, and that's scary. And things were happening to the people who didn't have Trump or had Hillary, and I was scared. But just branching out and doing it, especially for a local election, has really been something awesome and something beautiful. I got to meet a neighbor today, and that was pretty cool.